good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Raceway at Western Fair District. Track announcer Shannon Doyle with you for the pregame. You're watching Race Day. 11 races for this Wednesday, and believe we'll be on a fast track as well. Beautiful night for winter racing here in Ontario. HPI bet play of the day. Let's go up to race number 7. Let's circle around number 1. 7 Stars. Needed that last start. It missed some time. Last start at December 7th. Came back here on January 9th to finish 4th. Trainer Vic Putty sending out the 1. 7 Stars. Nick Stewart stays on. Expecting more today. That rail advantage should help as well. Number 1, 7 Stars. HPI play of the day for HPI Bet and Western Fair District. We go back to race number 1 for the start of an early pick 3. And we're going to go about 5 deep in that opening leg, a wide open claiming event to start things off. My top selection in here, I've stayed with Boat Wrecker at a post 5. They morning lined him at 9-2 following a strong second place finish last time out when he lacked racing room through that final quarter. He just shook loose late. Over to race number 2. We're 2 deep in there. It's either 1 PC Heisenberg or the 5 SOS Mesmerize coming in off the Woodbine Mohawk Park qualifier. And 4 deep in race 3, back on the pace for the 3rd to complete the early pick 3. Early pick 4 starts in that 3rd race, and we're going to use the same 4. It's Keaton shipping out, Little Quick and Hope to be first to kickstart things on an early pick 4. Remus Blue Chip got into park out trouble last time out, gets that rail advantage in race number 4. Len Lalonde Jr. training Scott Coulter stays on the 1. Remus Blue Chip in the 4th, expected to be a little bit better. He needed to start as well. Over into the 5th race, the 3 Willie Biter, 5 Blazing Sacra. Wonderful story there in Standardbred Canada. Blazing Sacra returning to the races and winning from 9th. He went 5 wide at 3/4 to circle them here in London after being away 3 years. He is back in to go tonight. Number 5, Blazing Sacra in the 5th. 3 deep in the final leg, race 6. Race number 8 tonight to start up the late pick 4, and we've gone deep in the opening leg there. 5 deep, in fact. The 9th race features trotters using 2 Happy Holidays, the 5 Federal Army, and a newcomer, number 7 Caroluzzo, coming in from Rideau. 10th race, 3 deep in there with a 1, 4, and 5. Get over to race number 11. We're going to need 3, All the Better, or 6, Gorilla, the 9, Windsong Grayson, coming off a sharp win for trainer Ben LaMarche. Alfie Carroll gets the call tonight. Just a few ideas there for early pick 3 and pick 4 plays on this evening's card. We're going to take a short break right now. If you've got comments or suggestions, send them along to Greg Gangle, Greg Blanchard, myself. Love to hear from you. We're going to take a short break. As mentioned, we'll come back with a whole lot more, including Wednesday Rewind from about 23 years ago. Stick around.
HPIBet.com. Access, rewards, and more.
Hey, welcome back to the pregame show, everyone. You're watching Race Day. I'm your track announcer, Shannon Doyle, with you for the pregame. 11 races over a fast track tonight in London, coming off a couple of strong handles both Monday and Tuesday evening. So Wednesday night action wagering menu, low 15% takeout, featured on some key plays, being that early pick 3. Pick 4 starting up tonight in races 3 and 8. The high fives are in races 6 and 11. Free program, selections, and video, plus more. It's all available on our website, westernfairdistrict.com. The go-to wagers are that pick 3 play with a guaranteed pool right up front, race 1. Pick 4s, always guaranteeing the pools at $5,000. The high fives, travel the distance of 1 1/16 miles, races 6 and 11 tonight. Low 15% take on all of our go-to wagers. Recent 20-cent payouts, they continue to pay out here in London. Yesterday we had a high 5 coming in at over $1,000 in the finale. That's a 20-cent play. A superfecta In race number 7, committed over $3,000 and more high five plays within the last week. One for $4,500 with an even money favorite on top. January 14th, even had one just shy of $7,000. The 20-cent high five on January 8th. It pays to bet the Raceway. So as promised, a Wednesday rewind. I always love going back and looking at an old replay from years ago. It'll be one of my favorite track announcers growing up, one of my favorites of all time. It's Kevin Boomer Gallant. He was based out of Charlottetown. He loved the call of the 1996 Gold Cup and Saucer, a trial won by a former Ontario Invite horse. Scott LeCain, one of 3 outstanding groom finalists for the upcoming O'Brien Awards, sent in a request to see Tough Hombre winning in PEI. So here we go. We're going to turn it up for Kevin Boomer Gallant's big voice at the CDP 23 years ago.
Per $6,000. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Comedy Hour quickly away. Tough Hombre at the rail for the lead. Tough Hombre pacing to the top. Comedy Hour wants to be boss and is going looking for the lead. Comedy Hour up on the outside, and Tough Hombre, they go battling to the opening quarter. As they arrive there, Comedy Hour wins the early battle. Tough Hombre is racing second. Our log cabin is showing third. Jurassic Park in four. Quick opener as they race on to the 3/8 mark. Comedy Hour is the leader up front. Tough Hombre is racing second as they make the turn for the half. 27-3 by the quarter. Off the top turn they come. Comedy Hour shows the way. Tough Hombre second. Our log cabin is third. Jurassic Park fourth. Up on the outside, Volcano's Blue Chip, Jomer's Grifter, and J-Mac Hanover moving from the back. Past the half-mile mark they go, and Comedy Hour controls the field to the paddock turn second time. 57-1 by the half. 3/8 all left to finish it off. Comedy Hour now being pressured by our log cabin on the outside. Tough Hombre with the front end is showing third. J-Mac Hanover winding up from the back as they get on by the 3/4 mile mark. Comedy Hour and our log cabin, they are neck and neck up front. Tough Hombre soon to join them on the outside third. Midway around the final turn for home they come. 1:26-2 by the 3/4. They're coming at us 3 wide as they turn for home. Our log cabin, Tough Hombre is coming on. Tough Hombre in our log cabin. Tough Hombre gets up to get it all. Our log cabin second. Comedy Hour 4-3. Second time.
Great horse race there and a great race call. One of my favorites growing up and still one of my favorites of all time. Kevin Boomer Gallant with the call of Tough Hombre winning his Gold Cup and Saucer trial from 1996 Charlottetown. He came home that evening in 27-3 to win in 154-1. Dave Smith was in the bike for Piece of a Horse stable of Ontario. Tough Hombre would come back days later to win the Gold Cup and Saucer final, 154-4 victory over Victorious Breeze and Comedy Hour. Dave Tingley would handle the training duties for those 2 PEI starts. Tough Hombre's Gold Cup and Saucer win will be the final victory of his career. Also be the final Gold Cup and Saucer race call by Kevin Boomer Gallant as Vance Cameron became the announcer there at the CDP in 1997. Tough Hombre took on some very nice horses here in Ontario during the early 90s, the likes of Music Director, Staying Together, Broussard, Bilateral, San Francisco Herb, Bow Nose, Jate, and others showing up in his lines from back in the day. Tough Hombre. So again, that was by request from Scott LeCain. Thank you, Scott, and best of luck at the O'Brien Awards coming up very soon. Little something on Scott and a pal of his on the morning of December 21st at about 1:30 a.m. A devastating fire broke out in Barn 7 at First Line Training Center. Barn 7 was leased to trainer Mark Stacey, where he and his 8 staff trained 38 standardbreds. 2 of the first people to arrive at the scene of that fire were Scott LeCain of Rockwood, Trevor Forgy of Gatineau, both who work as grooms for Stacey. Their actions were instantaneous, and can only be described as heroic. With the fire department in full swing, Scott and Trevor repeatedly entered the barn, quickly halted a horse, passed it on to others at the doorway, and returned to save another horse. It's not known how many times Scott and Trevor risked their own lives by entering the burning barn, but as a result of their courageous efforts, 33 of the 38 horses were saved. LeCain has worked in the industry his whole entire life, the past 5.5 years for the Stacy stable. So again, thank you, Scott, for the Tough Hombre request, and best of luck at the O'Brien Awards coming up very soon. Let's go back and do some recapping now. Some pick 3 and pick 4 playing. We go back to the opener. We're 5 deep in that opening leg. A bit of a wide open affair in race number 1 to kick things off tonight. Race number 2 on the trot. Number 1, PC Heisenberg of the 5. SOS Mesmerize are the ones I'll go to there. 4 deep in the third to complete the early pick 3. Early pick 4 starts in that third race, and we're going to stay on the same 4. Those being Keaton, Shipping Out, Little Quick, and Hope to be first. Over into race 4, expect better things and a better go of it for Remus Blue Chip. He gets that rail advantage after suffering a park-out trip there last time out on his return to the races. 5th race, number 3, Willie Biter, the 5, Blazing Sacra. A wonderful story right now on the Standardbred Canada website on the return of Blazing Sacra. He missed 3 years of racing. He started here last week. He was sitting 9th. He went 5 deep to swoop them and win here. Again, that was coming in off a 3-year layoff. Blazing Sacra. Check out that story on Standardbred Canada. He's back in to go post 5 tonight in the 5th. He's a must play for the early pick 4. 3 deep in race 6, group of trotters at a mile and a 16th. Nebraska Jack with that rail advantage looking good to go. Race number 8 will start off the late pick 4. 5 deep in the opening leg to kickstart things. You've got Doonside Sport on the rail, the morning line favorite. Second start back off the layoff. Over to race 9. It's on the trot. Happy Holidays, Federal Army, and newcomer Caraluso, the ones I'll go to in there. 3 deep in the 10th. Getting over to race number 11. We're 3 deep to complete with All the Better, Gorilla, or Win Song Grayson. All right, cameraman Trev is standing by with his play on the day. What do you got for us tonight, Trevor? Race 2, number 1. Going to chase after PC Heisenberg, and he dropped it just like that. Natasha Day on board. PC Heisenberg gets that rail advantage to work with. The cameraman and Nat both hoping for good things for the one PC Heisenberg. Of course, Nat drives in part for Team to the Moon in support of breast cancer awareness. If you'd like more info on the team, you can contact a friend of the show, Lou Sorella, via Twitter or Facebook. Lou vacationing right now with his wife Maria in Cuba, I believe, but he's still in to go for some selections this evening. Closing boards. You can find everything you need on our website at westernfairdistrict.com/raceway. It's free programs, selections, video replays, and more. 11 races tonight beginning at 6:15 Eastern. We're on a fast track. Good luck.